Hi, this is Marc from LongIslandWatch.com, proving once again that if you've never seen it or had it, it is new to you. So today, new to my store is the Seiko Speed Timer. Sure, it was released a while ago, but I never had it. For whatever reason, it never got into the store. Finally, I have 5 styles here, so I figured what better way to introduce them than to do my own little video on them. I'll show you all 5 styles. They are all available and ready to purchase right now. My own wrist check. On one wrist, I am sporting, this is either the ISL 79 or the 80, I forget. But I did go with the optional brown rubber strap on this guy, and it really looks awesome. And on the other wrist, been a lot of collaborations lately. This was my Lume shot collab. This was a Glacier ISL 124, I believe, and this one actually came out just about a year ago. So happy anniversary, Lume shot Glacier. But that's all I'm going to tell you for now. Let's see the Speed Timer. So quite the hodgepodge here of Seiko Speed Timers. I don't know, there's 5 of them. They're all the same size as usual, same specs. The only difference, well, besides the obvious visual, is this guy here. Ice Blue happens to be a limited edition, I believe 10,000 units. That's some limited edition. I hope one day Islander can do a 10,000 piece limited run. I pulled the crowns out, and I'm going to start them all up now. I will go through, surprise, the SSC 813, just the plain old white one in detail, and then I will just show you the other 3 quickly on camera. So like I said, this is the Speed Timer. It definitely came out earlier. I think it was earlier this year, I'm pretty sure. My store did not have any, and finally we were able to score some. So very excited to have them on camera. They're all $675 with the exception of Ice Blue, LE, who is $700. Let's get into the specs. 39 millimeter. What a perfect size. 39 is awesome. 13.3 thick to, what kind of crystal? This is a Seiko. What kind of crystal is it? It is sapphire. Surprise, it's a dome sapphire with inner AR. It is a 45.5 on the old lug tip to lug tip. It is a solid screw down case back. No frills case back. It is a 20 millimeter clasp, or excuse me, 20 millimeter buckle. It is solid end link. It is positive end links, or male end links. It is solid. It is a solid link bracelet, and it definitely appears to be the old pin and collar treatment. It is sadly, only a 2-position micro adjust clasp. Oops, the tag is stuck. Is the tag stuck, or is it tape? Let's see. Nope. No, I think the tag is stuck. Blooper reel, there we go. So 2-position micro adjust on the push button clasp. Let's see, was it tapered down? It definitely looks like it's tapering to an 18 millimeter. Signed clasp. Weight is 161 grams. Water resistance push-pull crown is 100 meters. It is powered by a Seiko V192 solar movements. These are all solar. And I guess I'm noticing now that the actual mention of solar on the dial, is totally void. That actually kind of surprises me, because usually they like to plaster solar on things. But you will see that it is bearing the Prospex X just below Seiko. Prospex stands for Professional Specifications. Let's see, the bezel is fixed. It is a tachometer. I did a watch and learn on the tachometer a while back, if I remember. I'll try to put a card up for it. It is a center seconds running chrono. So is this light bothering? It's bothering me. Okay, center seconds running chronograph. So to activate it, you're going to press this button up here. Our 3 registers. At the left is regular running seconds. At the bottom, you'll see is chrono elapsed minutes. It is a 60-minute chrono, a 60-minute elapsed timer. And on the right is our ever popular 24-hour indicator. So that hand does nothing, just rotates once a day, tells you AM or PM. So you'll notice that the hand at the bottom is currently pointing, to the left. It's actually pointing to an F. That is kind of the fuel gauge. Well, let's get into that in a second. When I press to start the chrono, watch the bottom hand and watch the center seconds chrono. So the center seconds chrono starts moving along. It is not a mecha quartz, just so you know. And after 1 minute, we will see that that bottom hand will index one tick. Beautiful applied indices, nice silver hands, beautiful lume. The lumes are different on all of them. This guy has more, a little bit vintagey. There's some whiter lume on some of the other ones. Just all really nice looking. Date window tucked neatly between the 4 and the 5. It is closer to the 4 than the 5. Why they don't reprint the date wheel for this application to make the date symmetric between the 4 and the 5, I do not know. But anyway, so let's say we stop the chrono at 40-something seconds. I go to reset it, ready? The seconds hand goes to 12, but now my chrono hand is at the ready to be used again at the bottom. But if I hit the reset button again, watch the bottom hand, it's gonna go right back to F. So you'll see that it goes from F to E, and that's kind of like your fuel gauge. Let's see, you get a 6-month power reserve once you are fully charged. Whew, a lot of yapping. This is model SSC 813. I think that's all I want to talk about on them. So because it is solar, obviously the dial is opaque. It is the 3 subdials that are semi-transparent or whatever to allow light in. By the way, I will segue really quick. When I was at the wind-up show, a gentleman from Citizen Miyota came by just to introduce himself. He was in their movements division. Citizen, sorry Seiko, Citizen has developed a movement where the solar collector for the energy is a ring. So it sits where the rehook goes. So this means now you can have dials that are totally 100% opaque. No light goes through because the collection cell is on the rehook. That is so, so cool. But it is a Seiko commercial. So let's go back, or Seiko videos. Let's go back to Seiko. So now the second one in the collection, sorry, these are all stickered up. Obviously, they're stock units. This is SSC 815. Difference here is that we have, the bezels on these are like anodized aluminum. They are not ceramic. I don't think they are. Yeah, it's aluminum. So this is a deep, deep blue color. Has really nice pops of orange accent. The bottom chrono hand and then the center seconds chrono. Notice on this one, the fuel gauge is actually at empty. Is it even running? Oh, it's dead. Look at that. Ha. So the chrono's not going to work either. So like I said, I just pulled this out of the box. So it would have to sit in the daylight a little bit or in this light to absorb energy so that it can start to run. But let's, I guess that one was not very exciting. Let's leave it in the light and see what happens by the end of the video. So this is, I don't know if I'm going in order. Here is SSC 817. This one is kind of like a beigey yellow dial, very vintagey, creamy dial. Looks really nice. Contrasting subdials. Even the tachometer indices, the writing is done to match the dial. It looks really sweet because it has a very nice vintage vibe and feel to it. These speed timers are really, really great looking watches. I will admit the price is a little bit up there at $695, but you are getting sapphire, you are getting a really cool movement with a power reserve meter, and you are getting a Seiko. So obviously a brand with a ton of heritage, and I can greatly, greatly appreciate that. Let's go to the all black one. This is SSC 819. So this is a black dial. And again, the subdials are that translucent solar cell color, so they do kind of appear to be a little bit bluish, if you will. But they are dark. Beautiful applied indices. Look at them pick up, if you can. I'll shut off my glove because it loves picking up all the black reflection. You can see how nice it looks. Really a great looking watch. It's gonna look great when I pop it on the wrist. And then the last one I want to show you. Man, this one has so much going for it, this limited edition. That ice blue color, backup date. That ice blue color is simply gorgeous. It does great, it catches the light, it does amazing. And the offset color of the subdials, it does look great as well. Everything, everything just kind of works here really well. And then on the bracelet, they go and they put on, as my father would say, this fakakta dark center link bracelet. What was the deal here? This would have looked beautiful on just a straight brushed steel bracelet, but they went with something with I don't know if it's a plated or, oh, definitely plated, anodized or whatever, or PVD or IP plated Centerlink bracelet. So it kind of just looks, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. I would prefer it to be on a full steel bracelet. But still, hey, a 20mm lug, go ahead and do whatever you want. Put on something different. This is SSC 909, as I said, and this guy is an LE. Let's see how they number them. It does say limited edition on the back, and it is, and it is out of 10,000 units. Okay, that's a lot of units, but it is limited, and it is good looking. Let's go ahead and pop, let's see. I'll pop the white one on my wrist, because I really think that one kind of takes the cake today. So there is that white Speed Timer SSC 813 on my wrist, 6.5, 6 3/4-ish. Looks really nice. Plenty of room on the bracelet. I do wish they would have squozen another micro adjust in there, but man, that is a really, really sharp looking watch. I say that a lot. I kind of mean that. One of these 5, I'm pretty sure, will find its way onto my wrist on a permanent basis. So there is your Lume shot, as it were, and except for the chrono dot on the chrono center chrono seconds, I guess there's no registration to where the 12 o'clock mark is. Unless you guys see something that I'm looking at it right now, unless you guys see something that I don't, I'm actually kind of surprised that they did not make a different orientation mark somewhere so you know where 12 is. But I guess you're probably not going to mistake 9 for 12 or 3 for 12. Really what happens is when the 11 or 1 o'clock marker confuse you, but in this case there is none in the dark. So of course it is Lume bright and it looks fantastic. And before we close, our little friend Mr. 815, he has now taken a charge after sitting under the lights. Oh, I don't know how long it's been, a couple hours maybe. So let's do the closing remarks as we usually do. So, boink. And that's upside down. La-da. And this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you the new Seiko Speed Timer. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, anything else, put it down below, and I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.